Hello survivors and welcome to another Jotunnslayer Hordes of Hel video. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the brand new character, the Revnant. He is a Steam Next Fest exclusive character along with the brand new god they introduced to the game called Loki. So let's go straight into it. We might not play with Loki because I actually prefer having one or two upgrades from Thor as well as some of Freya's upgrades which increase your class damage, and then we get the damage increase from Thor for our the god damage. So those two skill upgrades are really good. Thor also has the critical hit chance. Loki has critical hit chance as well, but we're going to go from there. We're going to play a lot with the hunting wolves. This will come into play much further, and because we're playing on the normal difficulty or regular, not easy, we get two options for objectives. If you're playing on the easy difficulty, you only get one objective. I haven't really found much of a difference between them besides for the amount of gold they drop, so we're just going to go for the drinking horns. There's no real reason. You've got 2.5 minutes to do the objective before the next objective already will have spawned, so you got to just kind of go with what you feel comfortable playing on. Okay, Revnant again, necrotic one, no, releases wolves after Ghost Walk fades. Again, we're going to be trying to get all the stuff that has to pertain to the wolves, because when we hit level 12 we are going to be taking the Beastmaster, which means that we're going to have a lower cooldown on our wolf, and eventually I'm going to try and get 200 gold and see if we can get it so that every time we have a wolf present we gain 10% increased damage, because that's what the virtue is for the character. So now we're just doing the objective, we're running around and seeing what we can get there. Over here, increase critical hit chance when using attacks and class skills. So that's class skills, not god skills. So if we had to go and take a skill from Thor or Freya now, it does not increase the critical chance for those. It's only for our basic attacks as well as the two class skills that you can get during the run on the character. Alright, summon a pack of hunting wolves. This is on level up, so we are going to grab that. Again, something we're going to be focusing on. The only problem I have with skills like that, and this is a really good example of having it, is that there is a maximum level in the game. So we should be able to reach that level way before the boss fight, but we'll see. If we don't, then, you know, it really doesn't matter. But I think on the harder difficulties eventually in the game, you're going to find it a bit of a struggle when you have a max limit to play with skills that are on level up. I don't really see a reason for them. Remember, you only have a certain amount of skills points or level ups, and that means you don't want to waste them on, you know, upgrades that aren't going to really push the power of your character. So in this case we took it because I'm playing with the wolves and it's just really something I want to play with. But otherwise it's really silly. It's going to be a waste of a level up there. We should have taken a skill that does damage that can evolve, like the explosive skull skill that I looked at. So that is one thing about it, but it's just a personal like pet peeve. I don't think it's that big of a deal. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments on that one as well. How do you feel about there being a level limit in this kind of game, and what are the implications of that on, let's say, something like the how it works with the level up skills? So every time you level up it does X or Y. Alright, so here we got special delivery area of random debuff status. Loki's interesting because all of his passives have a risk to it, so there's a 50% chance that it gives a random buff area to the enemies, and then over here it's a random debuff status as well. We got flammable wall, which is a wall of flammable gas. It deals damage, and then explosive damage, and then we've got a spark over here which bounces. A scalding spark deals damage and explodes twice. So we're going to take spark. I actually quite enjoy it, and go from there. And then you can see we nearly took the whole 2.5 minutes to get to finish the objective, and it's got, there we go, 10 seconds till the next objective. So just in case you were wondering about that whole thing. Kill the archers. Ooh, okay, so even though portals is easy, it is actually rare, it's new, so we're going to do it so we can show everyone what it looks like. I'm going to pick up the 50% of a level because why not? And then Freya, do you give me increased damage inflicted by class skills? There we go, plus 30%. So that's one of the reasons why I grab myself a Freya. We do need to actually get the class skill as well going. There is one called Auto Fire, I think it was. And that's going to be one that I'm going to be going for because why not? I think it's Auto Fire or Auto Aim or something like that. We'll go for Freya again. Increased damage. We now got 60% increased damage. And remember, class skills, so the wolves, I believe, would be a class skill. Maybe not even a skill, it's a passive, so maybe it doesn't increase the damage of them. Let's get this portal open. And then you get to see the brand new awesome enemies that spawn from here. So I do like the fact that they decided to get new enemies into the game. It is a big AoE that we kind of need to get into there. I don't know how lucky we can be here. Can we be lucky? We get Chain Lightning. That's actually fine. I don't mind that passive. That's really good for us. It gives us the AoE clear as well, which is really, really good. I need my Q ability back if possible. There we go. It does freeze enemies, which is really nice. The Revnant does get an ability to make it that his actual abilities can... Vipers are also really nice. He gets an ability that makes it so... I'm going to take it. That can make it so he can pierce enemies or chance to pierce enemies. So we're going to try and hope that we get those. These are all passives. They aren't even... you know, the auto cast abilities like you see now with the Viper and the Spark that we've got. So you do have to remember that they're just going to be one level, and that's really, really cool. So getting a lot of passives can be really good. And also over there it says poisoned, but I don't know if they died, the ones that did get poisoned. Oh, there we go, I do see poison over there. So there's like a green little aura that it shows on the enemy, which is quite nice. And then here we go, we got Undying. There's a 3% chance during Ghost Walk to heal, or on death there's 30% chance to revive with 30% HP. Marksman, when we stand still we get attack speed, or the Beastmaster, we get a 30% cooldown on the Hunting Wolf and 50% increased damage. So of course we're going to be going for that, since, you know, from the very beginning we've been taking Hunting Wolf passives, and that's why I mentioned, that's why we were doing it. So we hit level 12, and now our Hunting Wolf is very dangerous. I believe there are other ways. Again, when you get like 200 gold, you are able to get a damage buff based on how many Hunting Wolves you have. So being able to summon a pack of them on level up will give you a massive damage increase on level up. But it's only on level up. I really wish they had a passive. Maybe they do and I just haven't seen it. But I really would like a passive where they increase the amount of wolves that you can get without worrying about that. Increase the chance to attack with ethereal arrows. So this is it over here. Pass through chance. So there's a 20% chance that we will get a arrow that is going to go through enemies. Or we can get Hunting Wolves offer minor healing. There's a 25% chance to heal 10 HP. I'm actually going to take that, because why not grab the healing? And we're going to grab the 50% XP bonus. I don't think there's enough magnet benefit for us right now. We've been picking up quite a bit of all of the XP. We do actually put quite a bit into our collection range as well using Freya. So that's another reason to get Freya as a goddess in the game. Having that extra collection range is very nice. Alright, there it is. We get a Focus Fire. That's the skill we wanted. Skull Shots, the other one. A barrage of guarded arrows. It deals 8 damage, 10 arrows each with a 4-second cooldown. You'll know when it goes off. There we go. It just went off there. So definitely going to help us. I am going to try and get the pass through passive as well. and get at least 20% chance to pass through. That's just going to help us with clear, because as soon as we get surrounded, the character does struggle with clearing out all of the enemies as you know, as much as you need to. But I think with the spark and the viper, we do add a little bit of clear there to it, so we should be good. But we want to be really good, not just should be good. We want to make sure we are good. I haven't actually beaten regular difficulty on this character yet. Double cast skill on a single cooldown, we'll grab that. Loki, I believe, has one as well where you get a 30% chance, but it does give you a 5% chance not to cast your skill at all. But I think that's kind of worth it. Over here, you can see they each do a different thing. So embrace the overwhelming cold, face it and survive. Here it says face it and survive, but they're falling ice crystals as well. And here it increases the difficulty by adding in elemental minions. So we're going to go with just this one, and we need to keep moving as soon as we spawn it, so that we are able to not get hit by the AoEs that are going to spawn. So you'll see once we activate it. It's quite dangerous, but danger is my middle name. And then they moved the hotbar. Of course, there are all the UI changes that I never really spoke about. They did move the UI hotbar to the left over here. I don't believe that was previously in the game. And that's actually really nice, but a lot of the games put it at the bottom, so I'm not 100% sure why they put theirs on the side. Maybe they wanted to be different, or whatever the case is. It doesn't really matter. It still looks really good, but it's just their design choice, I guess. This is what they wanted, so we need to just be careful, because we've got this dude spawning red, you know, fire. We've got the curse doing ice pillars. We've got a lot going on right now. Okay, item collection range of experience is increased. That's really good, because we do need to get our XP up. A lot of our wolves from that level up went and started attacking that guy, which is really, really good. And we can get a class skill upgrade, increase our focus fire to level 2. Fantastic. I did do the evolution once for focus fire, and I really didn't enjoy it. I really don't think it's that fantastic. If we get the evolution, we'll take it, depending on whether or not we've got like an option between two of them, sort of thing. So if we have only one option and it's focus fire, we will obviously evolve it, because it's an evolution regardless of whatever happens. But if I had a choice between two options, so focus fire and something else, I wouldn't necessarily take focus fire over it, because we'll show you it feels really horrible. Okay, Vipers auto level 2. Oh, you can see that 10% auto cast, double casting really coming in handy over there from Freya. So another reason to grab her over Loki. Just the utility of Thor and Freya, I feel, are so much better than Loki. I think Loki, just the risk versus reward, although it's only low percentages, he's very nice with dot, but I feel like you need to have invested a lot into virtues to be able to play him really, really well. Whereas Freya gives you 60% damage to your actual class skills. Thor gives you crit chance. I know Loki gives you crit chance, but there's also a chance that you do something else. So Loki gives you negatives for absolutely everything. So it's very dangerous playing with him. But it's kind of fun at the same time. It's different. Okay, we do actually get this. None of this is for this here. We fire more attacks, so more arrows. So instead of 3, we fire 5. But they each deal 20% less damage. But we're not going to do that. We'll just go for this. It's a little bit easier for us. And let's go open that chest at the bottom over there. We've still got a minute till the next objective. And I believe this next objective is an interesting one. Well, not interesting, because we've already done them before. But it's interesting because it allows me to pick them. But the choices that you get... I'll speak about it when I get there, but there's the Night Dang one, or whatever it's called, and I really hate that mission because it's the one that makes it so you can't use any of your abilities while you need to destroy this pillar, and you are surrounded by an immense amount of enemies at the same time. So it's like, well, what do you do? Because you can't focus the tower because you're being surrounded by so many enemies and this and that and so on and so forth. But anyway, Hunting Wolf has a chance to instantly kill non-elite enemies. 10% chance. Fantastic. We'll take that, especially on level up when we spawn so many of them. And 10% chance is actually relatively, like, it's a 1 in every 10 enemies should be instantly killed. Not quite how statistics works, but you know, that's just the silly way of looking at it, the easiest way, but it's not really that. It's pretty much just 1 in 10 chance of every enemy being hit. Alright, so these are the easy one is the medium, sorry, both of them. Nightstangs are the ones that the pylons, the poles, you aren't able to do anything in the area and you need to destroy them. Where the pylons, you need to just kill the enemies in the pylons. So we're going to go and do the pylons. That's going to be much easier for me. I still want it there through and through, but we're going to grab the focus fire. It is level 3 now. And because we are level 20, that also means we're able to evolve it as soon as we get a possible level up. So I think either a chest, I think we need a chest, or maybe if you're lucky you can get it when you level up. I can't really remember if there's a specific way to level them up. I do know that someone mentioned that even having the level limit and being level 20 and that the way that you evolve your skills is also very lackluster in terms of, you know, it would be really nice if you're able to evolve your skills without the level limit. So if you could evolve your skills earlier, like maybe level 10 or after a specific time rather than a level time, would be much more better for the game. Alright, this is why we don't go that Nightstang thing over there. A circular wave of light. See there, what's the point of that if we are... I'm going to increase my attack damage over there, not the level 2, the skill. Get into the pylon so we can start killing the enemies and getting it up and running. But now we're level 21, which means we only have 4 more levels left before the entirety of our wolves gets kind of used up and becomes useless. So I just feel like that level in that wolves, it's such a strong ability. What's the point of his 200 gold virtue if you can't even use it because of them? Alright, so here's the evolution, a bottomless quiver of guarded arrows. It increases its damage, its cooldown becomes 0, and now we're going to constantly spawn arrows at enemies, so that's fantastic. Big damage over there from it. And all we did was level up, so if you're lucky enough, you just have to level up and you're able to get it. Which also means if we get to level 23 very quickly, we'll be able to get it. Before we do the next pylon, let's just kill this guy. And I'm actually going to show you something interesting because I don't think a lot of people know this. So I'm going to show you something. I don't think people know it. So it's for the end of the round. I don't know how badly it affects the end game or the end of the entirety of the run. But you got to survive the 20 minutes or however long it is. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to kill the final boss. And I'm going to show that to you. We aren't even going to spawn him. I don't know if people have ever wondered this or thought about it. That's triggered on level up, so we're not going to worry about it. We get our increase to our damage, the final level. And then we've got 2 more levels to get in a minute and a half. Hopefully one of them will be a evolution, so we've got to click on Revnant and then also on Loki. Hopefully we can level up enough by then, but it doesn't look like we will be able to. There is a chest, as you can see in the middle there, or down below us, we've got the spawn for the final boss. Now we're going to see if it finishes the game as a defeat or as a victory, because we're going to survive for the next minute. But I want to see what exactly happens if I don't go and do that. Because there's nothing here that says you have to kill the final boss. There's no... It says summon him as a mission. But I think that just means you land up getting... We didn't get the That's nice. Guess we'll go for freeze chance. So it is a mission. I believe you get less gold maybe, or less experience, or whatever the case may be. But we're going to see if it says we completed it on difficulty, on the high difficulty, if it's a requirement to kill him, or if it doesn't work. So this is all for science, ladies and gentlemen. You can see we are able to summon the guy, but I'm not doing it because we want to see what happens. Are you able to just skip that fight, or do you have to kill him to progress to, let's say, the next level or whatever? We do get the Viper evolution. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, that's an awesome evolution right there. The arrows make a very unique sound effect the entire time. But there we go. It says difficulty you survived, ritual unfinished. So I don't think we unlock anything special over there. We did have space for another god skill, but we didn't take anyone. We killed 2 elites, so we didn't even get all the elite spawns, and we only landed up getting 83 gold over there. So that's one thing that you can do, is if you feel like you're not going to be able to kill the boss, just don't summon him and you'll be able to go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.